possession will be back in the hands of Edo Queens. Edo Queens have dominated this game from the very start, maybe shaky in their deliveries in the first 20 minutes or the first 90 minutes. But so far, they've proven to be the stronger side as projected before this game. That's Sadie with the ball. Lost it in that attempt to send it into the middle of the pack. But they're back with tips as Naija Ratels are unable to keep possession of that one in a very, very short time.
Ratels haven't exactly had what it takes because you look at the front line, they have Adana on the left hand side, Adana Wachigo on the left side of the attack, Grace Aliu through the middle, and Ipa Janet coming from the right hand side, but they haven't connected like they should. If they can do that, I'm very sure that they can get something out of this game as well.
Get something out of this game. They'll look to get their second goal in this competition, talking about Naija Ratels, having scored their first one against National Amazons. And they're going with the ball again, an attempt at crossing it to go past all the Edo Queens players, but I mean, Husseini was right there to guide it into the hands of her goalkeeper,
who hasn't been troubled at all today.
Who has not been troubled at all. I mean, aside from the free kick, direct free kick that Sibe attempted there. Talking about Sibe, she scored 3 goals so far this season, and that loss against Nassau Amazons was the first time that Naija Ratels will be losing a game in which she scored. Now this time around, if they would be getting maximum points, they will have to come back from 2 goals, which look like a very huge task for them to do, don't you believe?
Always a huge task. I don't see them coming back, pulling something off of that magnitude against Edo Queens. Edo Queens are overall the best team in this game, so it's going to be very difficult and unsettling to get to see them. When I mean unsettling, especially for Edo Queens, if Naija Ratels can eventually get themselves back and come back to level things about 2-2 and maybe even snatch that victory off Edo Queens. But for now, it has been a very perfect display, almost flawless from Edo Queens, and I think Mutsa will be quite impressed whoever his team has done here in the first 34 minutes.
Really impressed, and of course, looking to increase their tally, but this time around they would be all regrouping to defend their lead, as there's a foul called against Edo Queens right there, and maybe an opportunity to trouble Uzoma there. And it's Sibe, who we mentioned earlier on, who got the only goal for them in their first game, who is going to take this set piece again. Can she score from this position? Sibe takes, but that will be too high, too heavy to get to trouble Zoma once more.
Sibe has the potential of becoming a really good, she has the potential, of course, of being a very good set piece taker. She just needs to find the right technique, I think that's the word, find the right technique to get the delivery properly into the area. If you're going for goal, get the perfect technique. If you want your teammates to connect perfectly with the ball as well, there are techniques that she can also build on. But so far, ever since the first game where she scored from a set piece, it hasn't been exactly like perfect as that was.
And Naija Ratels through Sally Grace, trying to get something there, but the last year ITO Cup finalists would continue to attempt something in the half of Edo Queens as they trail by 2-0 after 37 minutes played in the first half of the first game of Matchday 3. And the ball is back and almost disastrously let into the post by Omilana, who starts in place of Ohia Doris, who has started the first 2 games for Naija Ratels in this competition. And that would have been disaster compounded for Naija Ratels.
Well, the Ratels are still, like you already said, looking for their first victory here in the Super 6, as they have never won a Super 6 game before
in their history.
Yeah, so that's a huge task, and there is no team here that I think they can get one over, at least in my opinion. But they can still do that. They can still do something. They can still do something. Maybe not today's game. I'm not sure about today's game, but probably in the course of the Super 6, they can actually still do something.
Well, while they try to do something, Edo Queens are back in possession of the ball after a few minutes out, but they'll lose that one again. And Edo Queens, after their very bright starts, are so slowly allowing Naija Ratels to grow into this game. Do you think this would come to punish them in this half?
Well, not.
And that's an opportunity for Sibe Rita.
Oh.
She wanted to score from that place. Okay, that's not Sibe. But I mean, this is something that they have under their sleeves. Talking about Naija Ratels. And Zoma have to be very aware to have not let that particular one go in. But Edo Queens are back with the ball this time around in attack, and it's Osigwe who gets dispossessed. And Naija Ratels are going again forward this time around. Salu Grace. That is Ikpa Joy. Janet, beg your pardon. I keep calling her Joy. My surname is not Ikpa, so why do I keep calling her Ikpa Joy? So Janet and her teammates will have to regroup as Edo Queens are going forward again, this time at the center circle. But Omilano would safely gather that particular one.
Well, I can't really get over that beautiful strike earlier on that might have just brought Naija Ratels into this game, only if it would have been executed properly, because they're looking at Oluwa Tokwe Alayande, who actually struck that ball, but then it came off. Ijoma had to do a fantastic work to ensure that that ball doesn't go into the back of the net. But what a rocket that was.
A rocket that was. Would have been one of the goals of this tournament had it gone in.
You see the tactics now. The coach earlier took out Glory Sunday and brought in Oluwatope Alayande. And then she came, look at that shot that she had.
Yes.
So they seem to know exactly what they want, because she is rather good going forward, and that's exactly why that one would have stood a chance when it comes to a fantastic goal scored.
Now, jersey number 21 would receive the first yellow of this game, Sofiat Bankole, after that pull of a shirt. And of course, that foul will amount to nothing for Edo Queens. But they will regroup this time around to go forward again. That's Hussein with the ball. Hussein is dispossessed, but referee will allow play to continue. Edo Queens looking to get back possession. Naija Ratels lost it once more, but a very solid play from them would ensure that they have another corner kick. Edo Queens. Wondering who takes this one, because that is an Anjo. Okay, she's going there now. That used to be an Anjo job. And Anjo was waiting in the area for someone to play. maybe trying to get her first goal of this tournament and a third for Edo Queens, who's joining them mid-season, but I mean, she's been given the task to go play the corner, and she is heading right there. Mary Anjo, one of the most experienced players in this Edo team, Queens team. Anjo Mary takes and comes off the boots of Osigwe there. Well, Edo Queens are back with possession quickly lost, and somehow Naija Ratels, they allowed the ball to go up for a throw-in, quickly taken by Usaini Miracle. The ball is back in possession of Naija Ratels, who would look to go forward and crosses the ball. And that's with Saliu Grace, who makes a very potent but ineffective attempt at goal, but it stops calmly by Uzoma.
Well, it's starting to click. Something is starting to click for Naija Ratels. That was also a good display from Adana Machiko, trying to find, of course, a teammate in that area, Genetikba, and who also then, in turn, found Saliu Grace, who had to take a strike, but it wasn't the perfect one for her because it went directly into the safe embrace of Ijoma Uzoma, the goalkeeper for Edo Queens. And Edo Queens will try again to see if they can get on a clock goal just before the halftime mark.
Just a minute within the area. That is a very
weak ball, but
yes, troubled goalkeeper, and a very fast response from her to prevent Osigwe from getting her first goal in this playoffs. Faith Omilana, been unlucky twice, wants to be unlucky the third time. And Osigwe there, not the best of strikes from her again, but I mean, good enough to trouble the goalkeeper and force a corner, which they would take. Talking about Edo Queens. And Mafishere takes that one, but is way over the head of everybody within the 18, and that will go for a goal kick. And we are officially done with the regular time, and 2 minutes will be added by the assistant referee there. And attempted goal again. Osigwe still knocking and looking for her first goal in this playoffs. And once again, it's stopped by Faith Omilano.
That was once again Imi Messian. She had the ball, took the snap, strike it, sent it to the goalkeeper, who was like yesterday against Rivers, spilled. Imi Messian was again going for it. But then the goalkeeper said, no, I wouldn't be like Bitchy yesterday, and all she did was come out collected, even if it was crappy. But she got the job done.
Got the job done, but Naija Ratels will be looking to loot this half with something. But that is going to go out for a goal kick, and a timely intervention from Marvelous Akpobaro there to force the error from Naija Ratels, and of course force that to go into the hands of Uzoma for a goal kick. Naija Ratels still again with the ball and attempts to get something. Still with the ball, Naija Ratels looking to take the shots there, but she gets rewarded with a free kick there.
Adana has been in trouble.
Adana Wachuku would force a free kick in a very juicy position for someone like Sibe Rita. Of course, you can see that players like Seabay are all coming around the ball. The referee is trying to ensure that there is a proper wall there and the players are standing behind the wall. Zoma trusted to stay between the sticks today ahead of Morifa Ademola. Sibe over it. Bankole Sali over it. Sofiat over it to take and pull one back in this half for Naija Ratels.
This is very close, so let's see what CB can do.
Well, to be taken by Sibe, and that would be the final point of action for us in this first half. A brilliant first half from Moses Aduko's side. A brilliant assist right there for KK. You can see the goal scorer, Emen Essien, with a brace, walking into the tunnel, of course, after pleasantries with our teammates. Milano not having the best of games to kickstart our playoffs. It's Edo Queens who are flying after the very first 45 in this competition today, the very first game of today's proceedings. And of course, it's ecstasy for the Benin fans in Ikene. It's been a brilliant display from Edo Queens, and halftime it's Naija Ratels 0, Edo Queens 2 in Ikene. And of course, it has been a very fantastic. It's been a very fantastic day in Ikene for Edo Queens as they came in for match day 3, and we can see the highlights as they came into the ground of the Remo Star Stadium here in Ikene, and of course kick-started the game. Edo Queens looking for their very first win in the Super 6 with the aim of retaining the title they won in Yenobua last season, and that was the first opportunity at goal. Came begging, but of course that would be a set piece not capitalized on by Okeke right there, and that would be another opportunity come begging for Edo Queens this time around from Goodness Osigwe, having scored 5 goals this season, looking for assists, but that will be safely gathered into the arms of Feito Milano. And this is the opportunity in which Edo Queens, with a dummy right there, across into the box, and of course capitalized right there for the first goal by MVP for last season, Emen Essien, to get the very first goal. Beautiful display from the Edo Stars team. Beautiful build-up, a good hold-up play from Anjo, who crosses the ball, and of course a spill from the defense gets them the first goal. And another mishap right there from Naija Ratels. And SCN with the second goal. A brilliant assist right there from Ijomo KK. And SCN getting her third goal of this playoffs. Let's see that brilliant assist right there. And slotting it into the back of the net is SCN for her brace today. And her third of the first game. Of course, it's 2-0 the lead in this game. Halftime, it's 0 to Naija Ratels, 2 to Edo Queens. And we're back for another exciting 4-5 after what we witnessed in the first half of this game. If you're just joining us, this is the match day commentary for the game between Naija Ratels of Abuja and Edo Queens of Benin. Scoreline so far, it's been the girls from Benin, the Benin Arsenal, who have shot twice through NMSN to ensure that they lead in this game. And of course, we've had really spectacular moments in this game. And it is the Benin Arsenal, like I mentioned earlier on, Edo Queens, who have had the better of Naija Ratels after the first 45 minutes. And you can see the girls warming up and getting set for the second 45. A very strong start to their third game today, the 13th day in the month of May 2025, after a poor start to their title defense. I mean, it's been a very good way to start, and of course a very good response from Moses Aduko, the coach of the side, who made sure that he changed 6 players, different from those who faced defending champion or former champions, I beg your pardon, Rivers Angels yesterday in their match day 2 fixture. And it's Naija Ratels led by Samson Keshi, who are at the receiving end of their onslaught so far. And we can see Uzoma, one of the players in that 6 changes I mentioned earlier on, who have stayed strong in between the sticks and of course prevented any sort of changes to the goal score or the score line we've had from the first half. And you can see the coach of the side, Moses Aduko, winner with Edo Queens in 2023-2024, winner with Bielsa Queens in 2021-2022. He knows how to win, and I mean, looking to win it here at the Remo Star Stadium in Ikene with Edo Queens once more. And this time around, it will be Naija Ratels who will set us up and set us rolling in this half. Center referee signals for start, and we're back to of course it is Naija Ratels 0, Edo Queens 2, and it is going to be a goal kick for Edo Queens after an offside call against Naija Ratels, looking to start the attempt at the comeback very early in this half. Dorcas.
Well, yes, that's the only thing that they can do. Try to start the comeback as early as, and when you can, get an early goal to stretch things even further for Edo Queens. If they can do that, then they could gradually pull themselves back into this game that Edo Queens have already blown them away from.
Well, Edo Queens have had not much to worry about from Naija Ratels in this game. And that would be a set piece taken from the half yard or the center of the pitch. Well defended by Naija Ratels there. But Edo Queens are still in possession of the ball, and of course attempts to go forward once more. That is going to be back in possession for Edo Queens. Now Naija Ratels have made 2 substitutions in this game. Early substitution, if you ask me, the first one coming in the 15th minute, where Pauline Alshaw was taken off and replaced by Oluwaseun Anini. And of course, the second substitution saw Glory Sunday taken off and replaced by Oluwatokpe are Lion Day in response to what the result looks like right now. And of course, in 7 defeats out of 7 games played before today, Naija Ratels are looking to avoid 8 consecutive defeats in a Super 6 game, having won none ever in their history. This might look like another one in which they would count 0 wins. Of course, we've seen players like Osigwe for Edo Queens get chances in the first half, but so far Edo Queens are yet to get any clear-cut chance in the second half. But they'll continue to press, and Osigwe somehow would not chase that ball. But they're back with the ball, and NM is with it right now. Looked like an infringement there against Hussein Miracle, but the referee would rather, at the next point of play, give the free kick to Naija Ratels. Naija Ratels pressing forward now with Sibe Rita. Rita takes the ball. And Iqbal Janet is the one still holding possession for Naija Ratels, but quickly dispossessed. But they get it back again through a throw-in. And like I mentioned earlier on, Edo Queens have not been able to go as forward as they've done in the first half.
Oh.
And Naija Ratels have passed their first mark. First mark there, first player there. But early intervention right there from the Edo Queens defense showed that that would not land on the foot of a Naija Ratels player for an attempt to pull one back in this game.
Saliu Grace was just locking around in the 18-yard box, waiting for that cross to come in. Unfortunately, didn't get to her, and Edo Queens will clear their lines as cleanly as possible. But it is the fact that they've grown at least in the first couple of seconds or minutes into the into the second half. I cannot exactly envisage what Coach Samson Keshi must have told his girls in the dressing room, but they came out flying, and this is exactly the attitude that they should have. Get the right passes, get the right crosses into the area, and find Grace Saliu, score goals, and probably you can win this one, or even ending this game in a draw.
Looking at end this game in a draw, like I said, they are looking to avoid 8 consecutive defeats in 8 games played in the Super 6. The third one in this edition, playing currently in Ikene. And their goalkeeper, Fitz Milano, who got the nod ahead of the person who started the first 2 games, Ohia Doris, would send that one into the area. Naija Ratels still with the ball, still doing the early play in this half.
There's a confidence for me.
Confidence for them. But unable to finish it in the final third. And that will be an attempt by Captain Olubumi there. And that would be a goal kick. Uzoma will take that. And Jomal KK would try to keep possession for the likes of Husseini, who has the ball currently. Husseini would get that ball, but Edo Queens have managed to gain and lose possession in the last 5 seconds, but they are up again. And a low shot into the area by goal scorer NMSN Osigwe.
It is how effortless she uses both her feet, left and right. And she's quite efficient using both of them. This time it was a right-footed strike. It just wasn't accurate towards goal. Didn't exactly trouble Faith Milana. And once again, what a brilliant one from Goodness Osigwe. Yet to get a goal here, yes, but she's been very effective on the flanks for Edo Queens.
Really effective, and I mean, she came into this competition in Kenya as the leading goal scorer for Edo Queens with 5 goals. Started the first 2 games on the bench. Was given the nod by Moses Adokwo to start today, and she is still searching for her first goal in these playoffs. While the person who was right behind her in NMSN has scored 3 goals already in this competition.
A brace, fantastic brace for her today.
Fantastic brace today, and opened the score of the game yesterday against Raiders Angels. And of course, she is poised to get in a brace and getting us our very first brace in this competition.
We had to see a hat-trick though, but we saw a couple of hat-tricks in the regular season.
Yes.
Here we are waiting for that very hat-trick to come.
Still waiting for our first hat-trick.
Some would say hat-trick did not take you to heaven, just to win your games.
Talking about hat-tricks, one of those players who scored regular hat-tricks in the regular season, Barry Moses, with 2 hat-tricks in the regular season, is yet to find the back of the net in the Super 6, and is one of the players who is racing to win the top scorers award, yet to score a goal, with the likes of Olamide, Bolajo, Fremont Stars Ladies, who is the outright leader of that lot there with 15 goals, scoring yesterday. Of course, we had Janet Akekoromowe getting goals on day 1 and day 2 to increase our tally to 11. And of course, 2 of them right now above Mary Moses of Edo Queens, but somehow players like Essien are locking behind. With 7 goals already, she has an opportunity to leapfrog players like Mary Moses, but before then, Edo Queens would have to do some very interesting defending there.
Yeah, because Naija Ratels are getting closer and closer in the second half.
Getting close and relentless. But Edo Queens have managed to clear their lines and plays back in possession of Naija Ratels. Yeah, Sophia Bankole there, who has scored 4 goals for Naija Ratels this season. Very instrumental goals, if you ask me. One of those was the goals. Some of those goals are the goals that got winners for them against teams like Benue Queens and FC Robo. But now Edo Queens look to press forward, and of course Okeke was there looking to see if she can get that ball, and of course get maybe to attempt for the 3rd for them in this game, and add a goal to our involvement already for an assist, in which she got for that 2nd goal, in which Essien will score. Well, Sigwe is with the ball right now.
Sigwe is a fantastic player.
Fantastic player, with ability to hold up play there. And of course, would get Edo Queens a throw in very close to the box there. And Hussein Miracle would
that one. But we're having play pause right now as for the second time in this game, Faith Milano is holding her ties in complaints and is getting the medics to attend to her there. But how has she shown up in this game? Saying that she got the nod ahead of all the Glorious who was used to in this competition in the Kenya Dockers.
Well, she played a couple of games in the regular season as Faith Milano. We know that she can be a good goalkeeper in her day. She was quite influential for Naija Ratels during the regular season, but it was Ohia Torres who got the nod over her in the Super 6, and today she's starting. She seems to be nursing something and struggling with whatever troubles, a thigh or hip or whatever she's going through. And maybe that's why Coach Samson Mawa or Keshi, you want to say, haven't exactly played her, but today she has not had a fantastic game, you would say, because she's considered 2 goals already.
Well, that's it again. Edo Queens trying to force a 3rd goal for Omilano, who Dorcas was just talking about there. But Omilano would not be stopped by that particular cross into the box. And they would try to build again. Naija Ratels will have had a really solid start to the second half. But that will be a throw-in as Siberita, not Sibe, Ipa Janet is unable to keep that one in for Naija Ratels. And the Saini, of course, okay, Mafi Shere, the captain of the side. Mafi Shere is not starting. Standing captain today is Amarachi. Well, Hussein is captaining the side today. That's interesting.
Well, if Mafi Shere is not starting, then Miracle Seni has the handband, so she's been quite effective in the first 45 and now in the second.
A lead at below 20, and that's another opportunity for Edo Queens with Okeke looking to hold up play right there, but quickly dispossessed by Naija Ratels, who are pressing forward, charged to push for their own goal in this game. And the referee will call for infringement there as Adebi is fouled in that misplay. And we've seen Adebi really efficient for Edo Queens, especially in the final third. But once more, we have someone on the field, and this time around is jersey number 28, who came on as a substitute. Oluwatope Alayande, who is reacting to pain in her thigh, is leaping out. Now, Edo Queens with an opportunity, but that would be putted out by Captain Olubumi for throwing for Edo Queens.
Olubumi has tried to do her very best in defense. Or when you have attacking interest like Edo does, it's going to be quite difficult.
Play on by the referee. And Omilano could not keep that one out as Sigwe attempts to cross it again into the 18th but that would be forced for a throw in for Edo Queens. And of course, players like Olubimi would be forced to make a defensive. Well, Edo Queens are back with the ball, and that is an opportunity for Edo Queens, begging with goal scorer Essien attempting to make what will be a bicycle kick there, but the ball would roll out for a Naija Ratels throw in, as they've been able to clear their lines. But there's a substitution there with just number 14 going in for Naija Ratels, and of course Alayonde, the player who was substituted earlier on, taking off, and Obadu making another substitution appearance or substitute appearance in this competition. And this time around, she's coming in for Tokwe Alayonde, who with that knock would be playing our final minutes in today's game. And, we have someone that is a very, very dangerous hit at the ankle of Rebecca, but she's up now, still limping, but play will continue, and Rocco Valentina will take goal kick for Edo Queens. Goal kick taken. Once again, Naija Ratels are back with the possession. Quickly dispossessed. Edo Queens are trying to calm the ball right now and try to slowly build their offense. Send the ball back to the center circle. Edo Queens still with the ball. Attempts, which is definitely going to be flagged offside. It is, and Omilano will get a free kick, a goal kick. Well, it's a free kick in the area for Naija Ratels, who are still losing by 2 goals. It's Naija Ratels 0, Edo Queens 2 after 65 minutes of play. In the very first game of Matchday 3 proceedings, both goals, we told you, scored earlier on in the first half, in the 20th minute and the 22nd minute by Essien. Zoma still with the ball. And Edo Queens are getting another opportunity to triple their lead. But that was a push, maybe a necessary push right there.
A good shove. A good shove.
Yes.
Timely for that matter.
That was a very beautiful display right there for Okeke, who looks to try to give another assist to Essien, who was waiting or was shoved early on to prevent her to attempt that shot at goal, which would have maybe gotten a hat-trick today, but that remains to be seen.
Well, Jemima Adebayo's timely show, but just the right thing to do at that point in time, or else if Essien had gotten that ball, like you already said, a hat-trick might just be in the card, or might just have been what we would have seen right about now with Edo Queen celebrating that. But timely intervention from Jemima Adebayo prevented Naija Ratels from conceding yet another goal in the second 45 minutes.
Jemima Adebayo timely intervention there, and of course you understand why she's a mainstay in the Flamingos team that went for the waffle, prosecuted the World Cup qualifiers, and have now qualified for the next Under 17 World Cup, Women's Under 17 World Cup. And yes, Edo Queens are back with another opportunity to counter, and the Sigwe it is Amarachi who got ahead to that. And that will go out for a goal kick for Ratels, who have now continued play. Back in possession for them. Still in possession of the ball, Naija Ratels. Can they do anything there? And that will be a shot at goal.
Oh.
A shot saved timely by Ifeoma Uzoma there. And Nwfl had a fantastic start to the second half. And of course, saw glimpses of how in the first half too. Would force a shot, of course, force a save from Uzoma there. Sibe will take that corner. Sibe, the trusted set piece taker for Naija Ratels, takes it. And
Oh my word.
looking to
Oh,
take a shot there, Saliu Grace.
that was disappointing.
Disappointing. But that's Iqbal Janet, who had an opportunity to take the first shot there, but she decided to take a turn before taking the shot, and it will amount to nothing. And Edo Queens would snap play for us, and the referee has stopped play. And is warning Ifeoma Uzoma something that looks like a delay.
Yeah, the referee actually did tell her, if you read her lips, she said,
Yeah,
last
warning
warning.
you.
Yeah, last warning.
Warning. I saw warning.
I
That
did.
was clear.
Before she turned, she was like, last warning, last warning. So now, Ijeoma Uzoma has to be rather careful with not delaying too much time, or else she's going to go straight into the referee book.
Of course, Motoye Oluwatosin is our center referee today. And so far, I think we just had one yellow. The yellow given to Sofiat Bankwale for Naija Ratels. Well, Naija Ratels still looking to press there. And back in possession, but that will be stopped timely from Edo Queens. But Edo Queens will still have to that is a dangerous foul right there. And that will be called against Sadiat Adebi. And of course, Sibe called right here to take the set piece. Edo Queens made to defend another set piece in the second half. And she takes it. That is headed out. And made to go for a throw-in. Throw-in to be taken again by Rita, who crosses it into the area. And no yellow shirt was able to connect with that. But they're still with the ball. Lost possession now, and looks like Edo Queens will take it out from there as they go forward with this ball right now. A cross right there, but a very poor cross from Marian Jaw, not connecting it rightly with any player, as she had different players in the red jersey waiting for the ball. KK there, Essien there, Osigwe there, but all would have to regroup for another sequence of play as the ball is back in possession to Naija Ratels. who have managed to keep possession but have lost it, and Osigwe, KK, gets the ball, sends it to the right-hand flank. And Edo Queens will look to press that ball right there, an attempt by SCN for her hat-trick, rightfully blocked there. And Wachiko is the one who stood in between SCN and her hat-trick to make a strong, tall wall. The ball is back in possession for Naija Ratels, who are still looking for another goal in this competition, and they are first in this game.
And the ball is back in the hands of
My former. And play continues. Of course, play is paused as we have a change with Osigwe playing our final minutes there. Mahmoudou coming in for Osigwe. And of course, she's been hurried off by Temitokbe Motoye. Mahmoudou is in, making another substitute appearance in this competition after coming off the bench yesterday against Rivers Angels.
Players continue. The Sigwe still looking for another goal, or our first goal in this playoffs, and still having 5 goals this season. Throwing back Akpabaro, but possession is back in the hands of Naija Ratels with a tackle there. Naija Ratels with some attempts to go forward there. Have one of theirs on the pitch. Sally Grace is a player whose boots came off in that attempt to bring down the ball, and of course she's wincing in pain and getting attention there from the medics. And with 4 changes made in this game by Naija Ratels, 2 already in the first half, 2 in the second half. It is going to be some headache for Samson Keshi, coach of Naija Ratels, if he would have to take off. Yeah, you can see him right there. Really, really agitated and pissed, and of course he is getting a yellow card for his it's changed to a red right now, as the referee will be having none of that, and she sends him into the tunnel. And it's been one really, really interesting Super 6 for Samson Keshi, who yesterday in his post-match conference was definitely not having what the referee of the day in his game against Remo Stars Davis put out. But today he would go one step further to get himself a red card, as his girls still trail this game by 2-0. And that will be the second time that the referee will be going into the books. First being a yellow card for Sofiat Bankole in the first half, and this time around our coach does one better and gets a red card.
Our player is on the pitch. Our goal scorer for the day, Essien, is calling for the medics. She's holding her chest there. Looks to have gotten something into a wrong pipe and spitting it out. Very, very solid performance from her in this game today. And we can see the other coach who is still on the field, or who is still on the sidelines, also shouting instructions to his girls to keep their head focused in the game. And there's another player down this time around. It is Faith Milano once more, who is complaining. And I mean, I'm looking at whether she would be able to finish this game. She's taking off her socks. Like I said, with 4 changes made in this game already, and with the 3 windows, I think, already utilized by Samson Keshi before he was sent into the tunnel by the referee. The referee is going to the bench to go talk to the bench of the referee has signaled to the players to play, obviously, as we're still attending or still getting to see medics attend to Faith Milano, who is down on the pitch again. And Essien is still down on the top after receiving treatment earlier on. Waiting to see if Essien would continue this game. I mean, this is a half in which we've seen a lot of stoppages due to medical reasons. And this time around it's Essien and Milano. Now, looking at Milano's reason to stop this game once more, and Stephen Keshi before, or Samson Keshi, beg your pardon, before being sent off in this game, that made all the changes he can make in the 3 windows, made 2 in the first half, and of course was forced to make another one, the final one being that of Alayode, who was injured and had to bring in Azizat Obaju. But she will be forced to continue, because if she doesn't continue, be forced to have 10 players on the pitch, and of course 1 on-field player would have to wear the gloves. And Faith to have faith in herself to continue this game. Players now resume with Marion Jaw. Standing over that set piece there. Set piece taken. Claire. to increase their tally.
Well, I think Edo Queens have already gotten the job done today. A win is a win. 2-0 is emphatic enough against the Naija Ratels. So maybe extra one more goal would just solidify things, because you can never be too sure, too careful. But I think the job is already done here between these two, as Edo Queens lead Naija Ratels by 2-0.
Well, our goal scorer is okay. She was off for a couple of minutes, and she has been certified to continue by her coach, Moses Adoku. And of course, she's back on the pitch to see off the remainder minutes in this regulation time, maybe. Naija Ratels will have to play without their coach, who was sent off some minutes ago for his altercation with the referee at the sidelines. And after the first warning, it was a yellow. The referee had to change it to a red as he continued to be really verbal. And of course, the referee would have none of that.
Well, Samson Keshi is not new to being really rattled on the touchline. I remember when he was in Port Harcourt, when he played against Rivers in Port Harcourt, he was also like that. He was shown a yellow card that very game, because he was also exchanging words with fans as well who were in the stands. So I wasn't surprised at all when I saw the referee bringing out a red card for Samson Keshi. For Naija Ratels, they seem to be, they haven't exactly connected in the final third to be able to at least put one back. If they had done that earlier, it would have given them a certain momentum and determination going into this game. But unfortunately, their crosses into the box, it's not really that clear.
Well, after 80 minutes, it's 5 minutes of play. Naija Ratels nil, Edo Queens 2. Goal scored in the first half by NMSN. And Edo Queens want to go forward. And they still have the ball. And this time around would be dispossessed there. And we have another stop for changes with jersey number 25 going out. Talking about Ijoma Okeke, and coming on is Olani Kweku, Adenike, and Balogun Teslimat would be replacing Mary Anjo, who has played her last minutes in this game.
Mary Anjo hasn't scored a goal, yes, but she's been very fantastic when it comes to aiding the team and creating chances for the team as well. The goal will come, I'm quite certain, but that's because she's not playing as a 9-9, an outright 9. She's more of like a hold-up player, a creator, and to assist. That's what she's been doing so far in the Super 6.
And so far, with no goal yet, she's been really phenomenal too. The goals that have been scored by her teammates, talking about SCN in this competition. She has 2 goals for Edo Queens since joining them. Talking about Anjo since joining them mid-season. And she's not going to score goals. She will help ensure that they go on to win important games like this one today. That is a very, very dangerous stamp on the foot of
Miracle Usani.
this captain of the day, Miracle Usani. And that would be a free kick for Edo Queens.
That's Abadan the corporate in that very one. Edo Queens are doing all that they can to see what they can do to at least make it 3 goals today, because that would be like the highest goal. Even now, 2-0 is like the highest goal will be seen by a team. The other was Naija Ratels defeating Naija Ratels defeating Naija Ratels by 2-1.
It's a 1-goal margin.
Yeah.
So this will be like the first 2-goal margin win we'll see in this competition. And of course, it's substitution number 4 for Edo Queens, and the goal scorer will not be getting a hat-trick today, as Nwfl is off, and Vincent Eziani will be replacing her, and the brace will do for today. And that is a chance that was not capitalized by Edo Queens. Well, SCN with 3 goals in this competition so far would be leading the goal scorers log in this playoffs, but of course in total, Olamide Bolaji of Remo Stars Ladies stopping is 15 goals. SCN in total, when you combine what she's scored in the playoffs and of course in the regular season, has 7 goals to her name. As Sally Grace, one of the young lads in this team, which a lot of people would like to remind us are the youngest team in the Super 6 competition, and are yet to see a win. And today might not just be their day once more, as we are 10 seconds off the end of the first 90. Edo Queens are looking at getting their very first win of this competition at the expense of Naija Ratels. Another time has been confirmed with 3 minutes added by the assistant referee there. Edo Queens on the 13th day in May 2025 are looking to hold on to their lead, 2-goal lead, and of course finish this one and get maximum points. Now Ifa Jonet with the ball, opportunity for Ratels to strike the ball there and force a save.
That's the best sequence.
A best sequence of play from them in this second half.
The entire game, don't you think?
Well, they came into the second half looking like inside, determined to get something out of the game.
Yes.
But that would be the goal counted as a goal on target for Naija Ratels, who would force a corner. Zoma save it there. Corner taken. Corner cleared. But play still remains with Naija Ratels. We want to cross the ball into the area and safely into the arms of Komal Zoma. Solid game she had as compared to her counterparts Ade Mola Morufa, who yesterday was very questionable in her first half performance against Rivers Angels, Docas.
Yes, it was. It was a solid performance today for Ijoma, who had to come in place, and moreover, who you would say also had a solid performance, unlike her counterpart from Rivers, Adeline Michi.
Well, she also had a terrible game and was substituted mid-game, talking about Morufa yesterday.
Yeah, and the coach thought, well, it's better to take her off and bring in Ijoma Uzoma, who is playing fantastically well today. Hasn't been even perturbed at all, not with the chances created by Naija Ratels so far.
Not disturbed by Naija Ratels, and of course it's 30 minutes or 30 seconds, give or take, away from getting a clean sheet for herself in this competition. Edo Queens would clear that one, but will result in a throw-in for Naija Ratels, who are still pressing to get a consolation goal in this game. Can they do that? That ball still unable to clear totally by Edo Queens. Maybe they've done that now. Well, they've done. And the referee has signaled for the final play. And of course, Edo Queens, defending champions, have finally gotten themselves a win in Ikene. Naija Ratels officially have secured themselves a third consecutive loss in this competition. And the 8th in the playoffs. Captain Miracle doing a miracle with our team today, getting them the first win in their title defense campaign after 3 games played. Edo Queens, the Benin Arsenal, are victorious today, and it's joy, ecstasy in the ancient city of Benin. It's been a very trying start for them in Ikene, but today they can walk with their heads up high. And Mel says Aduko, the coach of the side, you can see him coming out to congratulate his girls on a solid performance, a solid display right there. Of course, and them getting their first win in this competition. And Naija Ratels, with 2 games left in this competition for them to play, would be disappointed with their display today against the defending champions. Players like Sibe, who have scored their only goal, looking dejected as they walk into the tunnel. And at full time, it's definitely Naija Ratels 0, Edo Queens 2. And of course, it was a brilliant, brilliant game for Edo Queens in this particular first match of today's proceedings, match day 3. And it was Edo Queens who started this game today. And in the first half, kick off the game with a brilliant performance. In the second half, right there, with Saini crossing the ball and of course forcing a save from Omilano, and that was an attempt by Ratels that ended up in a dangerous tackle. Play will continue. Naija Ratels with an opportunity to get one back in the game, but Uzoma would be there in time to prevent that goal from going in. And of course, Wachuku with the attempt, another attempt at goal, stopped again by Uzoma there, and it's Azizat Obadu in the 91st minute of the game who would force another save off Uzoma in the game, and ensure that Edo Queens will leave this game with their clean sheet intact. And full time, the referee signaled after that particular sequence of play. And full time, Naija Ratels 0, Edo Queens 2. It's full time again. 0, Naija Ratels, Edo Queens 2. Goal scored by NM Essien.